There's a huge movement going around right now which tells its punch-drinking inductees to love themselves. I think it started with fat people. Everyone assumed that thin and fit people must already love themselves because look how lucky they are. But I've come to find that this love yourself movement isn't at all about loving yourself. It's about hating other people more than you hate yourself. It's not about lengthening your own line, but shortening others. Here's why. The internet has been a breeding ground for inspiring pictures that go viral every other day depicting a poor, helpless fat person overcoming the severe adversity of being fat by lifting up their shirt and writing some useless phrase like "fat is beautiful" on their stomachs. Maybe that's what you like to do. Whatever. But I tend to see, more often than not, those pictures circulating that I'm sure everyone has seen at least once, where there's a picture of thin and skinny women being compared to thicker and fuller women, and the text pretty much takes a dump on the skinny women simply because they're skinny. As a society, we should know better than to hand people such an open-ended invitation as love yourself. Society, in a large part, doesn't know how to love themselves. In fact, they don't know how to love at all. They place love on material things like clothing or video games. Now, don't get me wrong, I very much enjoy video games, and I'm sure I've said I love such and such a game before. The truth is, I don't love material objects, because in order to love, I must cater to the growth and development of who I love. I must experience very dynamic events with who I love. Love is exclusive to living things. So if I'm going to truly love myself, it's not enough to read a stupid meme online. It's not enough to just hear it over and over again from motivational speakers at 3 a.m. on the television trying to pitch their newest book. It's not enough to read a quote from my favorite actor, author, musician. That doesn't set you up to love yourself. Anyone who tells you that society is the enemy and that you are beautiful in spite of it isn't setting you up to love yourself. They're setting you up to hate others. You aren't climbing to the top of any mountain of self-value. You're just pushing other people to points lower than you are. To love yourself, you must challenge yourself. You must grow and develop yourself. You must stop looking out at what everyone else has and envying it. That is toxic motivation. Let yourself be inspired. Realize that some people work hard for what they get, and some people, yes, are just born with the ability to be exactly how you want yourself to be. But everyone hurts inside. Everyone wishes something more for themselves. Whether you're fat, skinny, out of shape, or in shape, everyone has goals and everyone wants to do better for themselves. Use that as motivation. Know that if others have made the climb, you aren't alone. Approach the mountain and realize that there are going to be people at higher points than you. The problem is we want to be at the top while we're still on the ground, but we're not willing to do what it takes to get to the top. We want the easy route. And hate is one of the simplest things we can do in life. It's so hard to keep a relationship healthy. It takes work, whether it be a girlfriend or boyfriend or just a friend. It's so easy to reject all that work and spit at people and become jealous of others. The whole screw society, love yourself does you no favors. No one truly has the right to tell you to love yourself. That's as stupid as someone walking you up to a stranger and saying, "Love this person." It should feel as awkward. Because they don't know that person, they have no right to tell you to love someone that they truly don't know. Love myself as I am. Myself always tries to get me to do things not necessarily good for me. If I wake up early to get a start on the day, myself tries to keep me in bed. If I try to avoid eating completely crappy food, myself tries to convince me to eat it. When I know I've done something wrong, myself tries to justify it, so I don't need to right the wrong. If we lived to serve ourselves, we'd lie, cheat, steal, and even kill to get what we want. It's not about loving yourself in spite of society, in spite of others. It's about loving yourself in spite of yourself. And that, a lot of the time, starts outside of yourself.